Well, Cowboy Jim, I noticed things. I just walked into the bathroom, which in Ireland, Scotland, you'd call England too, I suppose. The water closet gave my beard a little bit of a brush. Looked pretty good for about 2 seconds until I exited the door, came over and sat in front of you, and doesn't look quite as good as it did Jay's. I, I truly don't understand that. But anyways, the other day I was sitting in the truck, and I was watching my brother do his job. His name's Job, and he was under a truck, a big truck, trying to fight a 3-inch cable, weighed about 300 pounds, up into place. And I was sitting in the truck because I didn't want to be out of it. I mean, it's simple, it's cold, and I run hoe or dozer. Well, anything really. Don't know what to do with anything. And so he's under the truck, and the lady called. I thought, hey, I'll take the call. And technology and we have not occasion to meet. Okay. And I thought, oh, I bet if I push that little thing on the little screen on the stupid Ford truck, it might work. And I did. And the lady says, Job. I said, well, not actually. She said, well, you sure don't sound like Job. I said, well, he's under a truck next to this pickup that I'm sitting in. She said, what's your name? I said, well, my name's Cowboy Jim. She said, really? I said, yeah. She said, you drive that big Dodge truck around town with the tires that stick out at the sides? I said, yeah. She said, I've been really meaning to watch your YouTube video stuff. I said, well, I personally think you should. She said, well, I'm going to. I said, well, let me tell you a little story about the thing I have written on the tailgate of my truck. My son's miracle. She said, yeah, do that. So I told her about my 18-year-old son who had fallen off a catwalk because some dummy at work hit a lever, and flipped that boy. He weighed probably, let's see, he was 18. He weighed 240 pounds and nothing but muscle when he was 14. And threw him up in the air and over the guardrail, and he fell 18, 20 feet onto his head, broke his neck, crushed his skull, and otherwise really adversely affected him. And surgeon said, Jim, you want to see your boy before he passes. You better come quickly. Anyways, the next morning, my son come out of his coma. The surgeons didn't have, and there's no hope in hell, period. And surgeons didn't have any hope for my boy. He woke up, got dressed, and was headed out for breakfast. But, anyways, hey, he said that 42 times, I'm sure. I used to run a crew of Finnish carpenters. They weren't from Finland, but they were carpenters. And the one guy, I think his name was Troy. Anyways, every day during the lead up to lunch, I would say, God, what story would you have me to speak about today? You'd tell me. I'd listen. When lunch came, I would gently introduce that story. I got halfway through a story and I looked at the kid that was sitting across from me. And I thought, I've told this boy this story before. I said, I told you this story before, haven't I? He said, yeah. I said, how many times? He said, 3. I thought, yeah, you've been working for me for about a year and a half. That's probably right. I said, well, can you help me? He said, yes. I said, this is so important to me. As the story changed in any way at all in the 3 times that I told it, he said, no. He said, that's why I let you tell stories. He said, because I want to know, are they consistently the same? I said, brother. He said, Jim, 3 times you told me this story over the last year and a half. It's never changed. It's always identical. I don't know what that is. Oh, better shadow. I hope it is shadow. And I said, thank you. He said, you're welcome. He said, I enjoy your stories. I remember working down in the Crowsnest Pass, real cold, Fording River mine. Stupid coal mine. Dear Lord, not a good thing. Don't ever work in a coal mine. I mean, tech may be a little offended by this, but it's not good. You want black lung or something? I mean, drive what seemed like half a mile down into the bottom of the mine. Get there, the black dust so thick you can only see about 20 feet in front of the truck. Work your way over to the shovel. Terrible. And there were a group of people there first day riding the bus up into the mine. I can't remember the name of the little town. And someone said, who are you? I said, I'm Jim. I said, I'm a rancher from southwest of Calgary, and I'm a Christian. Giant of a man. His name was Muncie. I hope he's alive. Muncie. He kind of looked at me. Whoa, that was a bad sign, eh? And so we walked into the safety meeting. About 30 of us sat around a very long table. I'm trying to be quiet. It's a challenge. And giant man said, we don't need another Billy Graham working here. And I thought, whoa, son, you just complimented me a bit. And I thought, well, probably shouldn't take him outside. He was about 6'7". Had to be 340 pounds. Nothing looked like nothing but muscle. And I thought, hey, I can probably remain quiet. Try. And about 6 weeks went by. And I purposed in my heart to win the crew over. And I did. my supervisor, I well remember his name. He said, Jim, like you to bring the safety thing tomorrow morning. Think you can? And I said, I said, I'm sorry. He said, you need to talk for 2 minutes. You think you can talk for 2 minutes? I thought, I can take 22 minutes just to say good morning, and that's before I have my first coffee. Oh, gee. Oh, Irish, bad. And so I thought about that for 24 hours roughly. The next morning, he said, Jim, you ready to do the little safety thing? I said, yes, sir. I said, particularly enjoy the message answering type machines when I leave a message when people don't want to talk to me or don't have enough time. And I said, I really like that monotone voice, no inflection at all. I said, when you asked me yesterday to do that safety thing, I went home. I took a bunch of paper and I wrote down 12 pages of safety issues that we should talk about, front and back. And I said, listen, my brother, his ancestors came from Ireland as well. Oh, from the south of Ireland, mine from the north. And I said, I particularly like the way the answering machines speak in a monotone voice. So this is what I'm going to do. I said, I have 12 pages, front and back. I'm going to deliver them. I said, I have acted a little. And I said, I'm going to deliver them in that monotone voice that I enjoy so much. So I said, yes, I'm ready. He did not say a blessed thing. And I thought, perhaps my humor has just offended my supervisor. An hour went by. He said, Jim? I said, yes, sir. Deliver that stupid thing you wrote. I said, my brother? I said, my brother, your ancestors and mine got a little too close to that stupid stone over there in Ireland. I said, I was joking. I said, I don't have 12 pages, but I do have a heart. I said, when I first came to work here, uh, everyone told me everything that I had done wrong. Lee, everything. I mean, every, everything. And, but I said something happened after a couple of weeks, and they would start telling me not only what I had done wrong, Lee, but how to do it correctly. And I said, this whole crew has made me to be a better driver. And I want to thank each group in person. I mentioned all 30 of their names. And I said, thank you. Not only did you tell me what I was doing wrongly, you told me how to do it correctly. And I thought, whoa, that's pretty good. I said, guys, in honor of you and your kindness, I was 67 at the time. Well, I was a child. And I said, in honor of you, I will never again tell a story as I have in the past. One guy came on, Jim, please don't do that. He said, I love your stories. Your stories give me hope. He said, I love them. I said, all right. Touched my heart. And I backed into the shovel. Good shovel, big shovel. I said to the shovel operator, I'm sorry, brother. I don't think I did that quite perfectly. He said, Jim, you and I both know there's only been one man who was ever perfect. His name was Jesus. He said he hasn't been around for quite a while. He said, oh, he said, you have done just fine. And I realized that crew had a lot of believers in it, but they just could not tell each other that they were believers because people hated Christians so badly, because some Christians don't live out what they know they should. I'm not saying I'm perfect. I'm not perfect. Uh, but I tell you this, I won't refer to myself as being a Christian. I tell people now, I am but a man. Oh, jeez. And I am a man. But I am but a man who believes in a creator. You see, children, if you're ashamed of what you believe, and or if what you believe is not what you live out on a daily basis, you have a problem. I want you to know something. If you say in your heart something, anything, you live it out. You be what you say you are, because otherwise you're lying. So here, you're going to live till you die. You may realize that you and only you can determine where you're going to spend eternity. It's up to you. You say you believe something, you walk in it. You believe it. Good, evil. You walk in it. You realize you're headed in the wrong direction. Turn around. God will always forgive you as long as you're alive. When you're dead, you're screwed. There's no forgiveness in death. The only thing in death that there is what you have laid the groundwork for today. God bless you. I mean, God bless you. Choose wisely, children, because when you close your eyes in death, she's done. That's it. Kind of cheery, eh? Anyways, God bless. Shut this off because I don't want to go over 20. God bless you. Jesus said, I am the way, the truth, and the life. No man cometh unto the Father I spent 60 odd years reading scripture. I'm over 20, so let's just go for the gold. The only way to be at peace with God is to say, God, forgive me. I accept that Jesus the Christ took my place on the cross for my sins. I am so sorry. Help me to be what you want me to be. I have good memories from the crow's nest. God bless, eh? God bless.